John Henry was a steel driving man. Oh, he went down. Well, he went down. This is the hammer that killed John Henry, but it won't kill me. It won't kill me. It won't kill me.
You know, there's some just obvious John Hurt isms that are happening in every John Hurt tune and Spike Drivers, no doubt, which is that moving thumb. And another one is really simple chord shapes, whether he's utilizing them in one position or moving simple chord shapes across the fingerboard. He's a master of that. So yeah, that's happening in the Spike Drivers blues. We're just camping out in this nice G shape and moving from G to G7 and finding a lot of music inside of those two shapes. So his thumb's pretty much going from the 6th string to the 4th string. Sometimes he goes from the 5th string to the 4th string. So look out for that. So his right hand fingers, you know, he's kind of mostly playing the 1st string with his, I don't think mostly, he is playing the 1st string with his 2nd finger and the 2nd string with his 1st finger. Right? Second lick here is exactly the same as the first, but he's playing a G chord now instead of a G7 chord. So I think that literally happens in the first 6 seconds. So there you go. You could literally spend the next 6 weeks working on the first 6 seconds. But let's keep going.
John Henry was a steel driving man. Oh, he went down. Well,
okay, so I love this part. And that little filler there. 3 on the G string, going to the open B string, and then back to the open G. So nice sound, nice thing to do over your G chord. So that's what he's playing over the verse until he goes to this chord. And that chord is, this is what's great. That chord's hard to spell. I mean, it's hard to figure out what that chord really is. It doesn't really matter what the chord is. Just get those notes that he's outlining and just groove on them, because that's what he's doing. So that's the second chord there. That's the only really other chord, if you can even call this a chord. And I'd be curious if someone does have their own interpretation of what, you know, this chord is in this context. Let me know.
went down. This is the hammer that killed John Henry, but it won't kill me. It won't kill me. It won't kill me.
Okay, so I was like this. So he's playing with some free meter a little bit here. He kind of adds a few beats before he comes in to the instrumental. There's no rules about that kind of thing, which is nice. And what a great lead-in, though, when he does come in.
Kill me.
Yes, so we got same kind of notes, but just a great lead into it. Let's check that out one more time. All right. This is something I never knew he was doing until watching this version, because I can see his hand. So look at his hand when he goes to that little two-finger chord there. Watch his hand, his right hand.
Now, I'd always thought his fingers were pinching the open second and third string, because you can hear them. I think his thumb is actually striking through the fourth string into the third and second string,
which is implying like an E minor chord or a C major 7th chord. Again, none of this stuff really matters. It does start to get interesting, though, if you do want to make your own, like, kind of cool version.
John Henry was a steel driving man. Oh, he went down. Well, he went down. Well, he went down.
So I love that version. It's so good. All the tab will be available for this over on the Patreon, and we can have a continued discussion going a little bit deeper over there into how to get through some of these techniques. If you liked this tune and you want to learn more about Mississippi John Hurt, go ahead and check out my video on Since I Laid My Burdens Down, and I'll be looking for you in the comments. So thanks for watching.